This is a Hatha Yoga class. We're going to be using a chair and a blanket and a mat on the floor. A lot of you take chair yoga, but you always want to take the class to the next level and do some work on the ground. But you're always saying like, I don't know how to get up. If I go down, I can't get up. So I'm going to show you a way that's easy to get up and down from the floor. And the class is going to be very gentle, that you will be able to do most of the things supine, right on the ground. So an easy way to get in and out of the ground is having a chair, and then you can put a blanket underneath, like on the ground, just kind of throw it on the floor if you know that you have sensitive knees. So you're gonna come into a forward position and hold the chair on both ends, and then you're gonna step back, put the knee gently on the ground, put the other knee on the ground, and then you can come down and come onto the side, right? It's gonna be the same thing when we stand up, right? We're gonna come to a seated position. You're going to come, put the knee there, put the other foot here, and then stand up, right? And just come into a standing position. Just make sure as you go up and down from the floor that you're actually keeping your abdominal muscles strong and you're moving very slow, so there is no need to worry about anything else. All right, so you can keep the chair there. I'm just gonna move it here so it's not interfering with us. We're gonna use a blanket, and it could be a yoga blanket, but it could also be, you know, any blanket that you use like on the sofa or something like that. And we're gonna roll it up like this. And this is gonna come right underneath the knees as we begin. We're gonna start supine, flat on our back. So you're coming down. And just kind of as you settle down, right? If you haven't done yoga on the floor in a while, just kind of let your back kind of reset on the ground. You can keep your knees bent. Take a couple of breaths in and out. Now, if your head cannot be below the heart for any condition, you can always get the blanket and kind of put the head up and use the blanket as a pillow, or have two blankets, right? So, but if you feel like, oh, I'm okay, I don't need anything there, then let's keep that blanket underneath the knees. And then see if extending the legs feels okay in your back. Now, as we go through the class, remember, work within your comfort zone, and if there's anything you don't want to do or you want to modify it, it's okay to do so. Now, if your legs are extended and you don't feel comfortable, just keep your knees bent, maybe the feet a little bit apart. We're going to begin with some gentle breathing. So keeping the elbows on the ground, bring the hands into the lower abdomen. Notice if you're comfortable closing the eyes. You might not be, right? Especially if you suffer from a lot of anxiety, it might make more sense to just kind of look straight ahead into the ceiling, find a point and just kind of gaze softly there. Let's begin with Durga Pranayama, or three-part breath. Expanding the abdomen, the ribs, the chest. Imagine you're inflating a balloon, and that's inside your belly, you're becoming a little bit bigger. And on the exhale, the air is coming out of the balloon, so everything kind of descends down towards the mat. Inhale, expand the abdomen, the ribs, maybe the chest. Exhale, let everything go down. Take a couple more breaths like that. Take a note of the body, the back of the body. Notice the areas that are making contact with the floor, and notice the areas that are lifting from the ground, right? Like the back of your neck, your low back of the ankles. Notice if both sides of the body feel even on the floor, or does it feel like one side is resting towards the ground a little bit more than the other? Continue to let the exhales relax the body, letting go of tension, tightness, holding. See if the tongue is still up on the roof of your mouth, and see if you can let it go. We're going to begin to find some gentle movements. Bring the arms out and towards the side. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. Bring the arms out and to the sides. If you're making snow angels, lengthen and reach those arms back and behind you and point your toes. And then on your next breath, bend the knees, place the feet on top of the blanket or the floor, release and bring the arms back. Bring the knees into the chest and then gently rotate around, making a little bit of a circle with your knees on the ceiling. Bring it the other direction. Hold the knees, open the knees out and to the side, warming up through the hips, out and to the side. Now again, notice if you can make big circles or if the hips don't like it and you want to make smaller circles. Switch direction. Hold by the hamstrings, right? The back of your legs. And then extend those legs up to the ceiling and bend. Now you could go all the way up, or maybe you keep a little bit of a bend in the knee. Depends how the hamstrings feel, the lower leg. Next time you make it all the way up, keep a little bend on the knees and then rotate at the ankles. Right? Feet go around and around. And then bring it the other direction. All right, see if you can let go of your hands, of your legs, and lift the hands up to the ceiling. And then rotate at the wrist. And rotate the other direction. All right, point and flex with your feet and your hands, down and up. Curl your toes under, close the hands, open your toes, open the fingers. Curl the toes, close the hands, open. One more time. And then release. Bring the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg over the blanket. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next breath, switch it up. Bring the other knee into the chest. Switch it again, and this time bring the knee in the direction of your armpit and then in the direction of the chest. Armpit and chest. And one more time. In, out. Extend that leg. Switch it up and do the same thing here. In and out. On that next breath, bring the sole of the foot all the way into the inner thigh or the knee. So it depends on how your hip feels. You might not be able to keep it like that. You might have to bring the leg a little bit lower. So just take a moment, let the knee go down towards the floor. Maybe the arms coming up and above the head. Now, if your arms are lifting off the ground, keep it more like a cactus on this side than above your head. Take a moment, connect to your pelvic floor muscles, your inner thighs. On that next breath, extend the leg long and then switch. Bring the other leg in, let the knee down and towards the floor. Deep breath in and out. Now remember, as we're holding the poses, trying to tune in to the breath, trying to notice the body and how you're feeling maybe a stretch, or if you're working a little bit of strength, trying to stay with whatever is happening in your body in that moment. All right, bring both legs, both feet in and lift the knees up and towards the ceiling. All right, open the feet the width of the blanket and then let the knee go down and to the side. We're going into a little twist. Open and to the other side. And you can keep the arms down, you can bring them up, whatever feels comfortable in your body, maybe into a T. Continue side to side, warming up the hip and warming up the low back. All right, on that next breath, we're gonna roll over into the side. Pause here for 2 or 3 breaths, right? Letting the heart rate and the blood pressure adjust. We're gonna be coming into the hands and the knees in just a second here. Now, we are patting the knees, right? So use your hands, use your knee, your elbows, and then come onto the knees. So right here, you can use the blanket if you have sensitive knees, right? You can put the blanket open this way. And then you can bring the knees right there on top of that blanket. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, curl your toes under, and then begin to draw some gentle circles around. Now remember, if you can be on your knees, maybe you just had surgery or whatever, you can cross the legs, you can extend the legs, and you can do all these movements seated, all right? So you're not stuck anywhere, just connect to your body and see what feels better. And then bring it the other direction if you haven't switched already. All right, press the hips back, push the hands and look towards your navel. Inhale on that next breath and shift the weight forward. So your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under the hips. We're gonna shift the weight a little bit over the wrist so you begin to feel a little stretch there. All right, coming back to center. Lift your right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle under. Bring it back up. Thread the needle under. One more time, lift it up. Thread the needle under. And then bring it back to center. Pause there for a moment. Notice your left shoulder, notice your right shoulder. Come onto the other side. Left arm goes up. Thread it under. Right? We're not gonna hold the thread the needle, we're just doing a little warm up. Open, and one more time. Next breath, come back to center and pause. All right, opposite hand to the knee. So this is called elephant walk. All you're gonna do is lift it off the ground just an inch. Now let's say, oh, I have wrist issue, my shoulder hurts. Keep the hands on the floor and just lift the knees. We're trying to wake up the deep stabilizers in your spine. So let's say I lift my right hand, then it's my left knee that lifts off the floor. Switch it up. Right hand, left knee. Switch. Now try not to let the leg go back and it's like a whole thing there, okay? So right off the ground, right where it is. Just hover it. One more time on each side. And that's it. This is the last one. All right, extend the leg out into the side. Breathe in, curl the toes under, press back. Connect to the stretch in the inner thighs as your edge of the foot presses down to the floor. One more time. And bring that back to center. Open to the other side, extend it out. Again, bring it back, bring it forward. And coming back to center. Very good. Open the knees the width of the mat, bring the big toes to touch, and then coming back into child's pose. Now, if child's pose doesn't feel comfortable, right, where you go down like this, then you can always stay up here and be a little bit more upright instead of going all the way down. Sorry, my hair's a mess. All right. On that next breath, inhale, shift the weight forward, bring the knees back to alignment. Now walk the hands a little bit forward, curl your toes under, and if you're comfortable doing a down dog, you do a down dog. If not, you wait here on hands and knees for me. We press all the way back, shifting the weight back into the heels. Inhale, bring it back to center. Again, press back to down dog. And bring it back to center. That's it. On the next breath, we're going to use the chair, right? So hopefully you have it close by. And then from there, remember, we're bringing that leg forward, and then the other leg comes in, and then you come back up. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale to heart center. Now, if you don't need the chair to come up, then you just come up to standing position. All right. Blanket's going to be moved. Move that away. All right. So come into mountain pose. Right here, the feet can be either all the way together or a little bit apart, just depends on the frame of your body. Roll those shoulders up and back. Reach the fingers down towards the floor. Tuck the chin, lengthen through the crown of your head. So we're trying to grow just a couple inches taller. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take some sun breath. So we reach the arms up on an inhale. We exhale to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, heart center. If your neck's okay, maybe you follow the hands with your eyes all the way down to heart center. 2 more times. All right, and on the next breath, coming right here, taking an in-breath and an out-breath. All right, circle of joy. We're gonna warm up a little bit through the shoulders. Press the arms out. Lift the arms up. Bring the arms behind. Interlace the fingers like this. And lower the arms down. Open the chest. Again, hands to heart center. Press out. Arms up. Bring them behind. Open the chest. All right, let's add to this. Hands to heart center. Little side bend. And to the other side, opening the side of the body. Up, bring it back. Interlace the fingers, open the chest. 1 more round like that. And bring it behind. Interlace the fingers, open the chest. Keep the arms here and we gently rotate the head around and around. And bring it the other direction. All right, allow the head to gently tilt to the side. And bring it to the other side. And come back to center. Release the arms, roll those shoulders up and back. All right, bring the arms into an eagle arms. So remember, you're trying to stack the elbows, but if that doesn't happen, just walk the elbow down to whatever part of your forearm is comfortable for you. If you're able to bring the hands to touch, that's fine, but don't do this trying to get to the hands. That's not important. All right, elbows come right here in front of the chest. Lift the elbows off the ground. On the next breath, sit in an imaginary chair. Inhale, lift back up. Sit in an imaginary chair. 1 more time. Open the arms out and to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. Straight, open up. Switch the arms so the other elbow is on the top. Sit and bring it up. Let's do that 1 more time. Release the arms, stay in that seated chair. And this time, straighten out through the legs. Hold here, halfway forward fold. Bend the knees and roll out and in into the edges of your feet. And bring it the other direction. My knees are making sounds. Can you hear it? Come halfway forward fold again. Now pedal the feet. Lift one heel, the other heel. Inhale, come with bent knees all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Lengthen, look up if you can. If not, keep your head looking straight ahead. All right, hold below the wrist and then lean over to the side. Look opposite side. Inhale, bring it to center. Look up, over and to the other side. Come to center. Anchor the shoulders together into the back. Lift the chest, looking halfway through the front wall. Inhale, arms up. See if you can gaze up. If not, it's okay. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. Lean over into the side. Bring it to center and over to the other side. Come again. Squeeze those shoulder blades into the back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, coming to heart center. Take an inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. Let it all go. Breath in. All right. We're going to do 2 practices that wake up a lot of energy. One is breath of joy. And of course, it's breath of joy because afterwards, there's no other way but to feel joy. So the movement of the arms go here like this. Up, and then you're going to bend the knees and let the arms go back and down. You can go all the way down if you feel, or you can stay with me halfway, keeping those up nice and strong. It's 3 short inhales through the nose and 1 long exhale through the mouth. So it's okay? So So 1 long exhale or 3 short, right? Okay, so you can pick whether you want to do the long exhale or you do it with 3 short ones, which kind of keeps the brain a little bit more active than just kind of letting go. Okay, let's give it another go. And then slowly coming back to center. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep your eyes open just in case you get a little dizzy. Sometimes if we don't inhale enough and it's a lot of exhale, it's like, you know, you're just kind of losing the center for a moment. All right, the next one is pulling prana, right? But let's just kind of move a little side to side first and loosen up. All right, so with pulling prana, we're gonna pull it from the front. So it's as if you're pulling something towards you. And prana just means energy, right? So chi. We go from the side. So we're gonna do 3 from the front and 3 from the side. And we're gonna sit in chair, Utkatasana, as we do it. So we go breath in. Ha! We pull prana. Ha! Make sure you're inhaling. Ha! And then we go from the side. Ha! Ha, ha, and come back to center. And this one's always fun when there's a lot of people around. There's always extra ones that kind of linger, more than 3, which I love. All right, we go from the front again. Breath in. Ha. So ha is your exhale. 2, ha. We come to the center. We go from the side. Ha. Ha. Last one. Ha. And then we come back to mountain pose. So notice your heart rate and the tingling sensation through the body. That's energy, right? So we awaken a lot of energy with these poses. All right, we're gonna begin with our warrior poses. Now, let's say you have trouble with balance and it's hard to find warrior positions without the chair. You have the chair there, right? So you can put it this way and then you can use it holding onto the chair as we begin to move into any sort of balance. Okay, so you know your body. If you need it, then do that. All right, you're at the top of your mat. You stand nice and tall into mountain pose. Shift the weight over into your right side. Bring the arms right here, and then step back with your left foot. Now, it could be a little bit, it could be a wider stance. Your back foot about a 45, so it's a little easier to balance. And then inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Right, we're gonna move the warrior, so we're gonna go straight leg, reach those arms back and lift the chest, bend into the front knee. Again, send that back reach, and one more time. Inhale, come and bring the hands right here to heart center. The right arm is gonna stay there and you're gonna find eagle in the warrior 1. Breathe in and then breathe out. Open, squeeze the shoulders into the back and bring that leg back to center. Back into mountain. Left foot forward, right foot stays back, arms go right here, right? Get your balance going. And we start moving. Reach, straighten up, bend. After the next one, come back to center. Now switching the arm. Now the right arm under the left. Lift the elbow up. Now keeping that breath flowing, allowing the attention to shift. Open the chest, squeeze the shoulders into the back. Bring that hand to heart center and come to mountain pose. Okay, we open again. Warrior 1. Step back, right foot forward, left foot back. Arms all the way up. We open to warrior 2. So adjust your feet. You might be able to go a little bit wider. Look at the back arm, right? A lot of the times it's like up there, it's down there. So keeping the arms at the same height. We're gonna rotate from the shoulders. So palms of the hands reach up, and then they rotate down and all the way back, bringing the thumb all the way in the other direction. Press up, just 3 times. 2, and 1 more time. Inhale, come back. Keep the palms of the hands facing up, just to keep the shoulders in external rotation. On your next breath, reach and lengthen back, open into revolve warrior. Inhale, back into warrior 2. Right? Gazing beyond that middle finger of the front hand. Again, it's straight leg, brings you all the way back. Come back, palms of the hands facing up, just to change it up. And on your next breath, hand can go here, or your forearm can go here for extended side angle. Arm can come through the front, and you reach and open. Breathe in and breathe out. And then coming back, square the hips to the front. 1 or 2 steps brings you forward and into mountain pose. Take a moment here before we find the other side. Send your right leg back. Warrior 1. Open, warrior 2. Again, we're going to move the palms of the hands facing up and facing down 3 times. Back, in, keep them facing up, reach, and then extended side angle, reach all the way back. And bring it back to center. 1 more time, reach it back. On the next breath, we come into extended side angle. Forearm on the leg or the hand, whatever is more comfortable for you, and then reach the arm over and towards the front. Breathe in and breathe out. Next breath brings you back. Square the hips towards the front. 1 or 2 steps brings you forward. Take an inhale and an exhale. Keeping that right leg forward, step back once again with your left foot. Square your hips towards the front and fold forward for pyramid. So this is another one that's a little bit of a balance challenge. If you need the chair, you can use it. Next breath brings the hands either below or above your knees. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you're comfortable still going all the way to the floor, the hands can go all the way down. Inhale, that next breath, come all the way up. We won't hold it too long. And bring that foot forward 1 or 2 steps. Right into the other side, no breaks. Square the hips towards the front, folding forward. Pause here for a moment. Again, hands below or above your knees or all the way towards the ground. Remember, we're holding the poses, we're breathing deeply. Inhale, pick it back up, and come into Samasthiti. Take an in breath and an out breath. Triple breath. So with a triple breath, you're going to tense the whole body and vibrate with energy. And on the exhale, you're going to relax the entire body. You're going to go low, medium, high until the whole body vibrates, and high, medium, low until the whole body relaxes. We do that with triple breath, just like we did with a breath of joy. So you go like this. Breathe in. The last one is a long exhale. Double breath. Again. And come back to center. All right, tree pose is next. It's a balance pose. So if you know you need a chair, keep the chair close by. So shift the weight over and to the left leg, open and close for a moment on your right side. Now you can keep the leg right there. If you're able to lift the leg up, maybe above the knee, just see how you feel today, right? So every day is different. I'm gonna keep my foot here, but just know that you can go a little bit deeper. So opening and bringing those arms up, creating space here. Palms of the hands facing in, elbows facing out. Lower those hands to heart center. Lift the foot, see if you can keep it off the floor. If not, it's up and down, or it's just heel off the ground. And then lower that foot down. The other side, so open and close right away. We go into it. Place the foot, whatever is comfortable for you. Inhale, bring those arms up. Press the hands into one another, right? Creating energy through those hands. The next breath brings you down. Again, whatever version you're doing here, whether it's that foot here, is up and down, or is holding that foot up. And the next breath brings you back into heart center. All right, sit in an imaginary chair. Bring the arms up and above the head once again. Breathe in and breathe out. Opening into a twist. Remember, you're twisting the spine. Inhale, bring those arms back and up and overhead. Press the hands into one another. Exhale, twisting it to the other side. One more to each side. Press the hands up. Exhale, bring it down. Last time, legs are getting heavy. And over into the other side. Inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale, coming all the way forward towards the floor or halfway like me. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, bending through the knees, coming back into mountain pose. Hands come back to heart center. Allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable for you. All right, we're heading down again. So if you know you need the chair, just keep the chair there. Right, if you know you need this for the knees, put it down below. So remember, you're coming down, and then from there, you're coming over and to the side. We're gonna stay seated for a moment, and then we're gonna find a deep relaxation flat on our back. So legs can be like this. You can extend the legs if your knees don't like sitting like that, or the hips. Palms of the hands are going to come facing up. Now I want you to just take a moment to find your breath. Allowing the exhales to relax the body. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows, forehead. We're going to find a few rounds of Brahmari breath or bumblebee breath, where we inhale through the nose and we make the sound of the bumblebee on the exhale. So as soon as you're done with your exhale, you got to inhale again. So let's do it together. Breath in. Breath in. One more time. Just take a moment to notice how that feels in the body. On that next breath, opening the eyes, extending those legs long, lengthening up. All right, bring the hands into the side, push the ground away. Try to keep that length as we find a twist over to the side. So bring your right leg, hold it with your left arm, and then bring your right arm behind and then twisting over and towards the back of the room. Remember, your head also turns and your eyes also follow far away. Find a point to look at in the back. Keep your gaze there. Keep the twist and look over and towards the front, over your other shoulder. and bring it back to center. Extend that leg long. Again, lengthen through the spine. Use the hands here to kind of help you prep up. And on the next breath is the left leg that comes in. Your right arm wraps around. Bring your left hand behind and gaze over to the back. Now as you hold here, deepen your breath. Gazing over the other shoulder towards the front of the room. And coming back to center. Extending the legs long once again. Reach up nice and tall, lengthen up. See if you can keep that length in the spine as you reach the arms up and overhead. We're coming forward. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. You can just place the hands here. If you're able to grab your feet, you go there, but there's no destination. You can stay right here. Knees can be a little bit bent. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, the next breath slowly brings you back. We're going to open the legs wide. Now, if you feel comfortable, right, as you come up like this, to fold forward and release down, that's fine. But if not, guess what? Another use for the chair, you can come and rest your head down over on top of that chair. Now this pose is very good. It calms the nervous system, it relaxes the body. Yes, you're feeling the stretch in your hamstrings and your inner thighs, but it's just very calming. It's one of those poses we use when people have anxiety. So try to focus on your breath and try to relax as much as you can. Just letting everything go. On your next breath, slowly pressing up. Take your time. All right. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the legs up on the chair. We call this constructive rest, and it's very beneficial for, heart health, bringing the blood back, right? Returning that blood back from the legs to the heart. Is very calming for the nervous system, and it's just great for back pain and any kind of spinal health conditions. So all you're going to do is bring the legs up on the chair, and let's say you don't have a chair, you can do it over the sofa, or you can just extend the legs flat on your on the floor. Now when I lift the legs, I want to make sure I'm not super uncomfortable, that my knees are kind of aligning here and my legs kind of land comfortably on the floor. If you have something to cover your eyes, could be a small towel, maybe the sleeve of a sweater, or maybe you have one of those eye pillows, then just allow yourself to kind of relax here. Notice again the back of the body like we did at the beginning. Does it feel that they're both landing on the floor even? This pose is also very, very good for our pelvic floor, for our diaphragm, just kind of like releasing everything and kind of letting go. Now I'm going to be playing my singing bowl. You guys stay there. So I'm going to get out of here and get my bowl. Just allow the weight to completely release, trying to let go as much as you can. Maybe taking long exhales through the mouth to begin with. And then just finally settling in and letting go. Now you are welcome to stay there a little bit longer if you like. Or you can begin to move fingers and toes, allowing the breath to deepen. Move the head gently from side to side. Bring the knees into the chest, gently rock from side to side. Rolling over into the side in fetal position. Pause there for 2 to 3 breaths. Using your hands to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Pause again, couple breaths. So we want to make sure we take our time from the floor to the side, to seated and to standing, just to adjust blood pressure and heart rate. So take a few breaths and just tune in, notice how you feel. If there's one word that describes how you feel, what would that be if something comes to mind? And remember, it doesn't have to be a positive thing, just whatever it is right now. All right, hands come to heart center. Taking a moment of gratitude towards yourself for coming to the mat, maybe trying something new if you haven't done the floor in a long time. Maybe you do it all the time and you just, you learn something in case we ever need it. So thank you so much for trying the class, and I'll see you in the next class. But I want to make sure that we stand up together. So remember, you're coming in, holding that chair, bringing the foot forward, slowly pressing up, taking our time here again, and then coming up to standing. Namaste.